Okay, so up until this point in the story, I've done my best man speech, fell in love with stand-up comedy, and now I want to take stand-up comedy, but I'm a scaredy cat. I am very scared. I don't want to go up on stage and pour my heart out with my creativity and have some asshole being like, "You suck! You think you're funny? Get out of here!" And then I have the pressure. Now I have the pressure that I'm supposed to be 10 times funnier than them because I'm the comedian on stage. No, I didn't want that. I was scared of that. But that was a silly fear to have. This fear of some unknown future heckler. I mean, like, if that person existed and if it happened a lot, it's a genuine fear. It's scary to deal with someone confrontational and have the pressure of being extra. You're supposed to be the super funny guy on stage. But it just doesn't happen. Like, if you're the type of person that has the fear of confrontational hecklers, then you're also the type of comic that wouldn't encourage hecklers. Like, my material, because I'm a scaredy cat, my material isn't confrontational. It's not super edgy or mean or controversial. So if you're scared of hecklers, you're not going to be the type that will have hecklers. And the people that enjoy and want hecklers and get off on confrontation, those are the type of comics that will have material that will encourage hecklers. So if you want hecklers, then you're going to probably have material that will get hecklers. And if you're scared of hecklers, you probably won't get hecklers. So, like, in all my years of doing stand-up comedy, I've been heckled once by a confrontational heckler, and I didn't even know I was being heckled at the time. There's a few different types of hecklers. That's the one that people identify most with when they hear the word heckler. But there's other hecklers too, like any sort of disruption. Comics consider the person as a heckler. Like, there's the type I call the friendly heckler. They think everything is a conversation. They think they're talking to you. Like, if you have a rhetorical question, they'll answer it. If you make a point, they'll be like, "Oh, that's so true. You're so right." Or, "Oh, your mom's so nice. Give your mom a hug." You know, they'll just say things because they think you're talking to them and there's like no one else in the room. And there's a related type of heckler, the attention whore. And they'll often like answer your questions and they'll say things and they'll shout things out too. And not in a malicious way, but because they want the attention. They want people, they don't want to be on stage. No, they just want to be in the shadows getting attention and making a comment and maybe getting some laughs from it too. And then the last type are the drunks. You know, they have no inhibitions. They can't help themselves. They'll woo. They'll say inappropriate things. They'll say whatever's in their minds, and they're kind of harmless. You could turn to, if they're being very loud, you could turn to them and say pretty much anything, and then just move on. Or you can even just ignore them. They're not that. The only type of heckler that you absolutely have to address are the confrontational ones. Because you have to shut them down and put them in their place. And like I said, I haven't really encountered that, but other comics do it, and they do it very well by addressing the issue and confronting them head on. Like, the one time I was confrontationally heckled was I was doing stand-up. I was doing a joke about why not date Asian guys, because we're not serial killers, right? Statistically. And someone was like, "Ha ha, ha 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 ha," like he was doing one of those fake laughs. But I've heard a lot of weird laughs before. I didn't know. I just thought he was laughing genuinely for me, and I liked it. Like, the one time I was confrontationally heckled, he energized me and made me feel good. One of the staff members came over and talked to him, get him to stop, and then he was like, "Why do Asian comics always have to do Asian material?" I didn't hear any of that. Like, I saw a staff member talking to an audience member. I thought they were just taking an order. So the only time I've been heckled in my life, confrontationally, it was a great experience. So I've been pretty lucky in that way. So like I was saying, I wanted to do stand-up comedy. But because I was scared of this imaginary heckler that never existed, I wanted to prepare myself because I over-prepare for everything. I wanted to be armed with the tools necessary to handle a heckler, and the best way I thought to be prepared was to take improv classes. I thought I'd be able to think on my feet, say witty things out of nowhere. So I took a year of a year of improv classes to finally be able to take one class of stand-up comedy, the thing I wanted to take in the first place. But I felt like I needed to do the improv classes first. Finally took the stand-up class, and it was good. It didn't teach me too many things, but it prepared me for stand-up and got me in the right mindset. Like, I had to write every week, write new material. I had to perform in front of a group of strangers, try to get them to laugh. And at the end of the course, they got me on stage at a real comedy club with the super bright lights, darkness, lots of audience members, friends and family, and tell all my jokes. Had to memorize it, make it look like it wasn't memorized. And I got to say, now looking back on that, that was not a real experience. That's like the easiest performance you'll ever get to do. It's not the real world. But starting out, you kind of need that encouragement because you're facing so many fears. So it was a great ego boost, and it gets you started and it forces you to do the material and go on stage and confront your fears. So overall, great experience. And this video is getting a little bit long, so in the next episode, I'll talk about the very first few times I did stand-up at an open mic. I'll talk a little bit more about my first experience at the graduation show of the stand-up comedy class. Thanks so much for listening. If you've taken a comedy class, write in the comments how it helped you or how it didn't help you. What was your experience like? And if you have any questions about stand-up comedy classes or anything in general, I'll try to answer it. Thanks so much.